Hello everybody, welcome to the Chess24 anniversary celebrations. 5 years since Chess24 went live. I think like 7 years since I started working here. So happy anniversary Chess24 and thanks for sticking around. It's been a fun ride. I was just watching this match between Magnus Carlsen and Peter Svidler, who were both gracious enough to join us on this special occasion. Magnus crushed Peter. I was with him on Skype, so I got a chance to hear his commentary live, as probably most of you did as well. And before I get started playing my own horrible brand of chess, we can try to have a short look back at how their match went. I have to adjust this window a little bit, but I think I should manage. Okay, good enough. So this is game number 1 between Carlsen and Svidler, the Trompovsky, which sort of set the tone for the rest, because the position wasn't that hopeless for Peter, but he got under a lot of pressure, and then after rook ec8 he missed this knight fork, knight d7 check, after which it was very, very tough to get going in this match. I was surprised by his opening choice, of course. Easy with hindsight, but this line with g6 I think is supposed to be one of the easier lines for white to play because the setup is so natural. And yeah, Magnus won a good game there. Let's have a look at the next one. Magnus with the black pieces went on to win yet another game. What's going on here? With this line, I guess Peter played some theoretical line. I've seen this f4 in some very old game. Don't quote me on it, some Ruben Fine game or something like that. And it was supposed to be somewhat better for white, this position after f takes e5, king e6. But here, maybe instead of knight d2, as Magnus mentioned, bishop f4 was a way to keep pressure on the black position. When bishop takes e5, lose the f7 pawn. And therefore, it's not so obvious how black can free himself. Maybe rook to f8, but it looks somewhat clumsy. So maybe there was a better chance. And then after knight d2, yeah, from this quiet position, it was very instructive for me to watch. I was assuming it's sort of equal. How Magnus just, seized control. And even here, I was thinking, okay, should just be a draw. But we can see the computer already thinks black is clearly better. And with the king coming to e5 and h5, g4. Yeah, it was a bit of a masterclass in rook endings, because Svidler also played extremely well, I thought, activating his rook, giving another pawn with his rook d4 and keeping very good drawing chances. He also rook c4 after c6. The computer said he could play this strange looking move rook c5, showing even more disregard for material, after which white very much seems to be in the game. But even after rook e4, king f6, I think the position stayed within drawing margins for a long time, until Peter went for the wrong plan somewhere here. I think Compy says something like b4, when you can meet a4 with c4. Should still keep drawing chances. Well, after rook c8, king g4, it seems like it's too late now that rook g8 is met by rook g5. And yet another Carlsen endgame clinic because his A pawn combined with the attack on the G pawn. It's just too much to handle. So that was 2-0, and of course it's very hard to come back from that in a... Is it best of 5? No, first to 5 match. Svidler did get on the scoreboard in the next game with the black pieces. Magnus, feeling himself, played e4, c5, a3. But then the game got back to a theoretical position. Magnus with the white pieces here. Where I guess white is some pressure. And this already looked like yet another strategic masterclass where white has this dominant knight on c4, putting a lot of pressure on the black structure. But somewhere around here after bishop b5 maybe, Magnus got overzealous with his move knight to b6. Well, he could have just strengthened his position further by playing something like f4, keeping all the pluses. And after knight b6, bishop b6, ab, rook hb8. Svidler managed to hold. Because now all of a sudden, yeah, the white structural advantages have disappeared and this a-pawn can be dealt with by bringing the king. So Carlsen had to bail out, make a draw here. Maybe even black could have played with king b7, rook d6, knight b6, when this pawn seems doomed. But it looks like white is in time to generate some counterplay with bishop e3 here as well. So the drawing margin was never overstepped. And Carlsen kept his lead 2.5-1/2. Which brings us to, surprisingly, the next game where Svidler has the white pieces and ran into Magnus's main repertoire these days, the c5 knight c6 line after knight c3. He played this line with e5, bishop c4, and here not bishop e7, as he's also played about this plan with g6, d3, h6, which, yeah, to my eyes looks incredibly slow. As Magnus explained, it's not as bad as it looks. Maxim Vashilagrav, I think, played h4, followed by h5 here. Svidler went for slow maneuvering, didn't really get anything going. Position was somewhat equal around here. But then already it became tough for white to maintain his construction after bishop e6. It looks like b takes c5 was a mistake, giving black what he wanted. Probably b5 was a better chance to stay in the game when it continues to be somewhat equal. I can see I have some company in the chat. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to this birthday party. Sorry if I seem somewhat more spaced out than usual. I flew back from my very brief 4-day vacation in my Spanish village today. There were some complications along the way. I woke up at 5 a.m. We were at the airport at 8, a bit early, but you know, better safe than sorry. The flight was supposed to be at 11. And then we sat in the plane for, I think, 2.5 hours. And they decided, nah, this plane is no good. Please change to another plane. So the flight, instead of leaving at 11 like was supposed to, left around 3. And then I hustled to the studio to see if this... I was supposed to have a show myself at 5 p.m, which I couldn't even dream of making with that timing. But I also wanted to make sure this Svidler-Carlsen match was set up properly. And shout out to Jose and Ollie and everybody behind the scenes who did it, since I was stranded in the air. It looks like everything went reasonably well. So yeah, long day for me. I'm sure, maybe not a long day, the match wasn't very long, but tough day for Peter Svidler, who yeah, just was subjected to more Magnus Carlsen world-class technique here after this b takes c5, which erroneously opened the position here after e4. The floodgates are opening, one point being that d takes e4 can be met by grabbing this and this, or taking on c4. Why, it's just much worse. So no chance. And then in the technical phase, Magnus makes it look so easy. Like, I wouldn't be sure at all this is winning for black. But after rook b5, bishop b4, this rook being short of squares. And a6 coming. Sort of ended the game. That was a 3.5 lead for Magnus Carlsen. And with only 1.5 more points needed to get to 5. Of course, this match is very much decided at this stage. And things weren't about to get better for Peter in the next one. He did play the sharpest opening line he could think of. This, what do you call this? I don't know what's called. This line I used to play a lot in my childhood. This bishop takes c3 followed by f5. I think Pepe Cuenca did a video series, or he did something on this, illustrating that e4 is good for white, which is pretty much the consensus nowadays. And Peter never really made it out of the opening. Magnus played this very aggressive knight f3 here. Went queen c3, bishop d2. It's just asking too much from the position. And he was surprised by knight takes e4, which he felt just didn't work. And indicated that the best black chance is to play d6. Well, I guess white goes queen c2. I don't know, bishop g4. I've seen games like this. White is better, but the game continues. Well, after knight takes e4, queen c2. The problem is if black plays slowly, let's say knight f6, the white development is just so fast and so smooth. Bishop d3, bishop h6, short castle. The black won't make it out of life. So Svidler tries his tactic, short castles, bishop d3, and now taking on c3. But Magnus had this nasty move that he had planned, a4. Not the only move, you could also go for bishop h6 here with a tremendous initiative. But a4, cutting this knight off, was his idea. And after e6, bishop d2, e takes d, bishop c3. Black has 3 pawns for the piece, but with all the white pieces being very, very active, it's not really a contest. Magnus then got very mad at himself for missing knight takes d4 here, which wins immediately due to the tactic. Rook f1, knight d4, rook f8, checkmate. But it was sort of first world problems, because after knight g5, he's also totally winning. And Svidler never really had a chance to come back in this game. The white extra piece just decides matters, and here knight e4 traps the rook on f6 in the middle of the board, which is quite a rare sight. And yeah, with the rook up and knight g4 being met by a rook f8 check, Svidler had to resign this one as well. Which brings us to already the last game of the match. Magnus too good. I thought this thing would last 2 hours, but he was ruthless, finishing with a 5.5 half score. Keeping it within the hour was very impressive for me to watch, and I'm not just saying this to be nice, but to hear his thought process, how fast he is, how natural he coordinates the position. And also he has a bit of this image that he doesn't really know his way in the opening. I think you could tell from listening to his commentary that he does know a shit ton of stuff about every type of position. And this one, yeah, is this line that he likes to play, this Pierce with knight c6, provoking pawn to d5, and then going back to b8, undermining the white center afterwards with c6 and e6. Should be somewhat bad for white, but easy to play for black, as he indicated. And once again, Carlsen got a decent position. Then Svidler, I think, actually played an excellent game. Hanging around, consolidating here. If anybody's better, it's white. But somehow he did not manage to put more pressure on the position. Maybe queen e2 was a good move here, targeting this e7 pawn, trying to keep black a bit more tied up. After queen d2, h5, knight to e4 was a move Magnus sounded a bit critical of, because it makes it a bit easier for him to coordinate his pieces, putting his bishop to f6. Maybe some move like knight cb5 keeps the pressure. But easier said than done. You have to calculate knight takes d5. And are there some kinky lines like knight a7, rook c7 here? And f7 is falling. So there were some tactics. But of course, both players were very low on time. When knight e4 made the game easier for Magnus to play, because now he has all kinds of natural moves. Still roughly equal. Then he fake blundered this pawn on e7 with rook a2. But it wasn't a real blunder, because after knight takes e7, black is actually much better due to queen to b3 instead of knight takes b7. Peter should not have taken the bait and played knight back to b4, chasing this rook away from e2. Well, after knight takes e7, queen b3, queen f4. The tactics work in black's favor, because this knight on e7 is always hanging, if the king goes to h2, bishop e5 sort of wins. So this did not really save the day. And here after f4, bishop d4, the threat of queen g1 checkmate costs white pretty much the queen, and therefore Svidler resigned. Very impressive tour de force by Magnus, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't, you can watch it on Chess24 on YouTube, on the usual channels. And now, let's get to some horrible chess by Sleepy and fighting the flu Grandmaster. I'm a Grandmaster. Jan Gustafsson. Let's see how I can fare on this fine day. To honor the celebrations, here we go. You can challenge me. My username is Jan. I should try to get rid of these 18,000 windows I have open here. But will I manage? Looks like we need Tech Jan before we can deal with real Jan. Where is this? Apologies for this. I blame Welling for everything that happens today. We'll be right there. Sorry, Jorge. Stay with me. Here we are, 1c4 by Mr. Jorge CC. c4, c5, knight f3. I'll go knight c6 and take a chance to read up what the birthday boys in the chat have to say. Mr. Dodgy is saying, I'm surprised Chess24's birthday isn't on Jan's birthday. I do agree. Should be the 25th of June, 1979. Maybe we can combine it. Like, who will notice? And have it on June 25th from now on. The Henker is saying, I'm surprised Jan is older than Fight. The Henker likes to claim seniority because... How old are you, the Henker? I was gonna say he's a very old man, but I'm not that sure. You might be younger than me, Henker boy. But yeah, I am incredibly old. 40 is closing in on me. I'm trying to dress youthful. This was not my planned attire for today. It's what I got off the plane with. But no. I'm not sure. Should I hope that Chess24 outlives me? Is it likely? Not sure what the right call there is. The system, bishop f5 followed by bishop h3. It's a fairly solid system for black. And once this fianchetto bishop gets exchanged, black shouldn't have too many troubles in this position. He's done the usual thing of preparing b4 on the queen side. He wants to go bishop d2 followed by b4. Black has many sensible ways to play. Just knight f6 looks perfectly fine. I'm a bit intrigued by taking, which might be a very bad move. But I guess we'll find out. Now I want to put all my pawns on the darkest squares I can find in order to fight against his lone bishop. The Henker is somewhat older than me. I was wrong. I was thinking from his youthful demeanor that he was a much younger man than me. But he's saying he has a few months of 41 left. So you're much older than me. Then we have Mr. Dodgy, who claims to be in his early 30s, even though I've been informed that there is photo evidence that he's way in his 40s by now. So we're not quite sure, as with many things surrounding Mr. Dodgy, about his real age. So this position I'm also not sure. I think I'm doing well if I don't get checkmated on the king side. And it should be possible to avoid that fate. I'm a bit worried about knight g5 or knight d2, followed by knight to e4. So how do I address those worries of mine? Not so easy, actually. I might have to go f5, which I really don't want to play. Such an anti-positional move. The problem is knight to f5, knight to e4 threatens knight f6 check, and it's not so obvious to me how I keep all these dark squares in check. I should have played f6 probably. Looks a bit passive, but f6, knight e4, king f7. So f5 really is an ugly move after e4. His army is very ready to start storming the barricades on the king side. Well, mine is not. Yup, getting comprehensively outplayed here by Jorge CC. I already missed my lovely bishop on g7. Bishop g5 gives me some breathing space and this rook can return to f8. So I'm happy to see that. But yeah, watching Magnus play Blitz, not that I didn't know before, but once again made me realize how much I suck at this game. That was very impressive, just how natural things come to him while I'm sitting here. Against, no offense, Jorge CC, somewhat weaker opposition than Paul Borta, struggling to figure out what piece goes where and why. Now I should be doing okay though. This transformation does not look too great from his side. I think I should probably forget about winning the c4 pawn and focus on winning the king. How do I go about that? e4, queen e2, f4 maybe? If he doesn't go to e2, I can very much start reconsidering taking the c4 pawn. Yeah, if he goes gf, then I'll focus my pieces on the g file, queen g7, followed by rook g8. Since the white rook is sort of stuck on b5, he can't easily defend with rook g1. And good things should happen to me. A Kramnik student takes offense with me calling Jorge CC somewhere weaker opposition than Peter Svidler. I don't think Jorge CC will take that much offense to it. Marie Kerstan is asking, Jan, why did you not reply to the message I sent you? I don't know. Where did you send me a message? Feels like we had the same conversation before, Marie Kerstan, no? Like, just ask me what you want to know. Where did you send me a message? F3. Where do I deliver checkmate? Shouldn't be that hard. But for me it is. Knight takes c4 looks like a fairly good move. Can't take because of queen g2 mate. Ef, queen f3, rook e3, queen f2. I don't know what to do. So I'll take here. After fe4. Marika Stan says, I did DM you on chess24. Ah, that wasn't even long ago. It was during my vacation. I'm so sorry, Marika Stan. I was on holidays. Read the message. Let's handle this important matter right here, right now. Ah, it's some business ideas. Thanks, I'll pass them on. How do I... proceed? Should still be more or less completely waiting for me because two of the white pieces are out of play. And I've been told that if you have more attacker, then the opponent has defenders. Good things could happen to you eventually. Not sure how to wrap this up the most efficiently. But it does look like my position is just overpowering. He still needs a moment to get this rook back into business. The knight on d2 is hanging. Rook e4 is coming. So yeah, kind of winning. Queen f2. I could take, and if knight e4, queen c1 looks quite effective. I should hurry up a bit. All right. Trying to flag me? The flag father? It's a tall order, Jorge. And he abandons the project just as it started. Thanks for the game, Jorge CC. That's the one thing I would have liked more in the Svidler-Magnus match. Even though, yeah, the positions where Svidler resigned, I think his positions were so bad, he probably didn't have a chance. But I would have tried to flag Magnus. Magnus sitting there on his touchpad. At least get us some excitement. But of course, these guys, they respect the integrity of the game and all that. Harigiri, where are you at? Shidohara is saying Jan stole Peter's sweater? No, that is not the case. This is the kind of stuff I wear to try to survive the long cold Hamburg winters when I'm not on camera. But I'm not sure it's working. Another cold, I'm so sick of these colds. Like, I drink my vitamins, eat my ginger. Can't fight off them colds. It's very upsetting. Good old Sveshnikov or Pelikan, or whatever you want to call it, in this game against Harigiri. There was at some point, after knight takes e7, which is not the main move, everybody used to play knight takes e7. At some point I think people got excited about queen takes e7 here as well. But I'll stick to the old line, knight takes e7. Bishop f6, gf. There were some games, I think in the 90s during this Sveshnikov craze. I'm not quite sure who against whom, but I vaguely recall maybe some Kramnik games against Lautier. It goes f3. Bishop f6, gf, bishop d3, I think is what people mainly did here. But f3 looks sort of sensible as well. And I'll play d5. This is this weird, often contradicting phenomenon that if your opponent has the two bishops, we learn we're not supposed to open the position, but often we should, because he did something to get these two bishops. Like, give us some time or some space, and we should go for an open fight even though he has the two bishops, to secure some counterplay for this long-lasting advantage that the two bishops are, or to secure some outposts for the knights. Okay, the two bishops have disappeared. He's decided to double my pawns by taking here. But now his pawn on f3 looks a bit out of place. I'm dreaming of bishop e6 followed by queen b6, and then the e3 square can maybe be targeted. The only move that concerns me, well, concerns is strong, but that I think he should play is c2 to c4, trying to get his pieces activated ASAP. Because if I get two moves, bishop e6, queen b6, it's really going to be tough. Play c3, which I think is too slow. Now I can move ahead as planned. As usual, helpful advice in the chat, C. Hernandez says, and stop touching the mouse, the whole office is gonna get sick. Nah, only I use this mouse, don't you worry. Contiello is wondering, hey Jan, will we ever see a Gustafsson-Carlsen match? You saw what he did to Svidler, so I don't think I would fare much better. He did crush me with several anonymous accounts during one of the earlier Banterthons, as has been well documented on the internet. But yeah, I don't think that would be very interesting from a chess perspective. And I'll probably try to, if Magnus decides to make another appearance, get him some more worthy opponents. I should play some matches though. These Banter Blitz matches are fun. And I should try to get something going in the year 2019. I played this one match against John Bartholomew, but I haven't really pursued it since. But I do think it's actually useful if you can hear both sides to the story and hear people explaining their thoughts. It's a nice little discipline. How do I win here? Knight g2 check, of course, sends my knight. Maybe on a mission it won't emerge from very happily. I'm wondering if after knight g2, king e2 I have something, but I can't really see it. So that would indicate that my knight f4 was a little hurried. Now I have to be humble and take. I'm still doing very well, but this is not what I was hoping for. Because he can play queen e3, and yeah, he's actually close to equal. Another Bangleton. This is upsetting. It's such a nice position. But yeah, I don't see anything. I'm fine, but I'm not even sure I'm better here. I think it's probably just equal. King e2 or a4. b3 is bad because now this rook finds some fresh targets on the third rank. Should I just take or should I go rook d8? Just take. Yeah, that was a nice little gift, this b3 move after Harigiri had fought himself back into the game. Trying to figure out if I should exchange rooks or not. I do believe that the position is winning after the rook exchange, but since I don't trust myself, I will keep rooks on for a little more. Try to win as much space as I can. And now this f4 should be decisive, since the knight can no longer cover the h-pawn from his as he could from e3 by going to g2. Which way? You can have the a-pawn. have to accept that my hand does not have the gift that Magnus's hand has for just orchestrating the pieces effortlessly in such a situation. I understand I'm winning, but it's much harder work for me to actually get there. This, however, makes it easier. If they resign, I can no longer lose. Thanks for the game Harigiri. And let me play another one against Gastromonochi. Oh. Here we go. Gastro, you round? Sorry for all the coughing and sniffing. I'm not happy about it. I've been a good chess 24 soldier though, because I decided to get sick on my vacation. Which is how it's supposed to be done. Not fully recovered back to the office, but it's a cold, so I'm assuming it's gonna like take a week. And I'm 5 days in, so almost there, almost back to business. C24. Gastro was not up for business, so let's play somebody else. What about this guy? F. Mais Purua. Good old Nimzo. Queen C2. What to do? Oh, he's playing my line. Should I mute myself every time I cough? The problem is I will mute myself every 8 seconds. And we're back. What is this line? Takes bishop g5. Not sure what theory wants me to do here. I guess c5. Looks logical at least. Also not sure if including h6, bishop h4 was smart or not. Sometimes bishop on g5 can be targeted with some queen a5, knight e4. Then again, sometimes it can return to d2. So it's always a mixed bag. I guess I covered this in my series. Can't remember as usual. But yeah, g5 looks principled. Maybe all of this is theory. I'm honestly not sure. I do vaguely recall some weird idea with e3, queen a5, bishop d3, knight takes c3, short castles. Does that make any sense? Could also go here maybe. So many options, so little time. c6, bc, knight d4 looks possible. Well, it gets very messy. Well, if he castles, he goes knight d4 immediately. All right. I guess I should go here. After c6. Play knight c5. And hope for good things to happen. Or bc might also be possible. But my intention was to go here. Just have to check how bad it is. We'll find out. CB, knight d3, queen d3, knight c3. It's a mess, but hopefully it's fine for me. A mess it is. I'm guessing BC is actually his best bet. Bishop takes d3, CB. Now we have to figure out what goes where. Since white can't castle, it does look like it should be okay for me. But it's very tricky positions. I did not see queen, or actually I saw queen a6, but I do not have a proper plan. Is there a proper plan? Maybe it was all just a big bluff. That'd be sad. Knight b5, king f1, bishop d3, king g1, knight d4. He can just take d3. That doesn't really work. So no, maybe it's just nothing special. Alright, what to do? I continue plugging along. I have knight c5 and trying to give a check here, but I guess there's queen to c6, so I'll first play rook c8, take the c6 square, and then jump around according to whatever he does. Still chaos. I have a feeling I should have compensation for the exchange, but my feeling could also very much be wrong. a3, now knight c5, queen f6, d3. You know what? I'm not in a hurry. Probably I should be in a hurry. This was a crazy move. Yeah, bishop f8 was a bit insane. Bishop e5. He wants the knight c5, queen f6 still. c7. All these subtleties. All of this thinking. Still no real clue what's going on. I could think about transferring my knight to the c4 square. Queen c6. Take on b2. But I'm not sure how good that is. Nah, just for gambling purposes, I'll keep the queens on the board for now. Playing well. Better than me, at least. But I shall fight. It's very sad when I do this intense staring at the position and then I realize, oops, did not calculate a single line. Is it endgame time? How's this endgame? Okay, I'm losing patience here. Let's do it. It's a pity I'm so bad at chess. This is a very melancholic day for me. Oh, we're sort of low on time, yeah? So maybe time to hurry up a bit. I do like the hurry up stage. I don't play well normally, but I do enjoy it. There you go. Didn't play well, but enjoyed it. Thanks for the game, F. Mais Perua. That was a very tough fight. Well, yeah, just a position that was way too complicated for me. We will never know, unless we look at it, which we won't do. So we will literally never know. Another FIDE Master? Where did we find all these FIDE Masters? This is a Royal Master, which might be higher than FIDE Master. Not fully sure. I want to watch Laurence Fressinet video series on the Berlin, because I'm sort of playing the Berlin, but I don't really consider myself an expert. So to get some fresh input could be very useful. And I think he recommends going a6 in all these types of positions, so I'll follow his lead. Probably you shuffle the knight around. Now the usual question, what goes where? b5, bishop b7 looks like an option. h6 is always an option in these positions. But I'll play this, see what happens. He goes to b3. I was expecting bishop c2 somehow, so he can prepare this typical knight maneuver, knight f1, knight g3. Well, with the bishop on b3, he can't go knight f1 just yet. And yeah, there you go. Now it goes to c2. But I know what you're up to, Royal Master. I won't just allow you to go knight there. He's lost the tempo, which should give me a fairly decent game here. Now, if he takes and goes knight f1, I can go d5. And it should already be white who's fighting for egalite here. I have a feeling bishop g6, knight e5 will work. Normally there's some tactic there. So he goes knight e3, fair enough. And what do I do? Put this knight here or the other knight? I think I'll go with this one. Knight f5. Go here or here. Here looks good, no? What do you want to do? Queen d6 then? I have bishop f3, worst case scenario. Now this already looks like a bad position for white to my untrained eyes. My pieces are a dream here. The two bishops pointing at his king side. The knight targeting g2 and h3. This is bad news for Royal Master number 1. Rook f1, also not the type of move that you picture playing in your wildest dreams. Yeah, position is just collapsing. Queen e1. Now there are multiple ways to roam. I'll go with this and give a little check, which looks quite effective. Because knight g3, queen g3 doesn't help, and if not, queen g2 is checkmate. So Royal Master number 1 does resign. The Berlin, who would have thought? I'll play Neckham, David Neckham. Good old d4. No Neckham? Sorry, Neckham. And it's Feggy time. Dr. Feggy. He goes e4. Let's continue our Berlin. Berlin learnings. I know he plays some weird sideline. I'm supposed to do a video series on this actually, to complement Laurent's Berlin series. Problem is I don't really know it yet. Knight a4? Is that what the cool kids play? That looks weird. So what are my options? I could just take. I guess I'll just take and go bishop e7. Or bishop d6. Bishop e7, queen g3. Should that scare me? Doesn't really scare me. You cannot bluff me, faggy. And now it just goes knight c3. When... yeah, castle. I haven't made up my mind yet if I want to play c6 and go for some b5 or d5 action, or just play, you know, boring stuff, c6, d6, bishop e6. Both look pretty reasonable. g4. Action. You know how I feel about g-pawns. How do I do this? I could take, then rook g1. I might get checkmated, that's always the drawback. Which I don't really want to get. I could play some move like d6, it's fine, but that feels a bit slow. What else is that? c6, g5, knight takes e4, maybe that's a decent way to handle things. Knight e4, d5, bishop d3, de, queen e4, g6, yeah, should be fine. Not sure, so many options, so little time. This looked fun at least. Might still get checkmated. Faggy is always so aggressive. Knight f6. I don't see checkmate there. d3. All right. Gives me a fairly pleasant choice, I would hope at least, between dc and de. I'll go dc. I like bishops too much. Not sure what I should make a priority here, but somehow it feels like I should step out of this G file just in case. Bishop e6 felt like a somewhat more natural move, I'll admit. Tanker says bishop f7 was an option, right? Yeah, it was an option, but it did look too scary to me somehow. This looks very sensible. I guess it's time to show my true greedy colors again. I didn't like bishop e6 long castles. I think I should take on c4 with a queen if possible, to maybe create some counter chances. Trying to calculate long castles. Queen c4, b3. I guess I should go back to e6 then. I can't really see any direct action on the queen side. I could try queen d4 with bishop c3. That looks pointless. Bishop a3 checking b1 now, so it doesn't help. No, I'll just take and go back to e6. Plays bishop c3, which I was also wondering about. After bishop e5, I'm still not sure if he does have any real threats. Well, if my bishop now makes it into the game via e6, d5, could be real bad news. So he goes b3, when I guess it's once again back to plan queen e6. Can't say anything better, but also looks perfectly reasonable. Let's ask Feggy how he feels about the endgame, not only because I want to exchange queens, but also to free this e6 and potentially d5 square for my bishop. He has to play some odd-looking move like queen g2, and now I can just develop in a more natural manner with bishop e6, heading for d5. h4, do I go bishop d5 directly? Maybe I'll start some confusion on this side. Feggy. Always with the checkmate, huh? Should I take? I'm so greedy. I really can't help it. I always want all of these pawns. It's becoming a bit of a sickness. And I'm only being half facetious. I feel it's a weakness in my game that I do sometimes take too much material and don't value, you know, static stuff quite enough. Bishop e4, is there anything happening? Takes, rook f1, f6. I don't really see it. Dynamic stuff, I think, is the word I was looking for. Not static stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure this was the best I could get. How many pawns do I have? Just one? Whoa, no, then it clearly wasn't the best I could get. That's actually upsetting. I thought I had at least 2 pawns. No, that was insane then. Apologies to chess and the viewers. That was bad. I might be in trouble actually. I deserve to be in trouble after this. That was completely insane. What to do? What have I done to this totally, well, not totally winning, but very good position? Really, I just have to pay more attention. It's upsetting. Takes. Do you calculate? I didn't, I promise. I guess he did, yeah. Also, not too hard, frankly. Looks sort of drawish, does it not? Want to draw, faggy boy? Oh, yeah, that was silly. I had some very weird blackout somewhere around here. Rook d1, where I'm doing quite well. Somehow I thought can't even repicture it. Somehow I thought that instead of queen f5 we would get this position where I have f6 and I'm winning. But after queen f5, bishop f5, rook e5, black can't even dream of being better. I might be worse here because his bishop is very strong in this long diagonal. And yeah, since that option existed, I should certainly have taken here, then taken here and played, let's say, h6 or f6. Well, you could argue if white is okay or not, but I think that if anybody's better here, it's black with the 2 pawns and the rook against the minor pieces. So yeah, interesting game against Faggy, which yeah, I'm a bit upset that I messed it up in the end there. But such is life. Let's play against Sergei Rachmaninov. Mr. Sergei. With knight f3, I will occupy the center. He says, hi Jan. Hi Sergei. Thanks, good luck, he says. Thank you. He plays this line, which I covered quite a bit in my video series. As usual, I can't remember my own recommendations. But I thought in general that some plan with b6, bishop b7 and recapturing on d5 with a knight seemed fairly solid for black. I think that was a conclusion. As for details, watch my excellent video series. Don't ask me. Is this how they play? He seems to be knowing what he's doing here, blitzing out. All these moves leading to what to my eyes looks like a fairly dull, dare I say, balanced position. So how can we spice it up a little? If he takes, then at least things could happen on these dark squares. Even though, who am I kidding? It's still a fairly dull equal position. Takes followed by queen d4 will probably happen. And at least I can maybe scare him a little with the notion of knight c3. But it does not look like it should be particularly dangerous for white, if I'm being perfectly honest. So queen f6, knight e2 is my brilliant point. Rook fe1, I don't really have a follow-up. Queen e3 at least looks a little clumsy, doesn't it? Wondering if I can get away with bishop c4. Knight d4, queen d4 would be good news. So we have to play rook fe1, then some move like rook a d8. I'm not sure if anything happens really. Nah, it's asking a bit much of my poor position. Pity. Nope, we're still in equal dullish territory. Come on, Sergei Rachmaninov. Knight d4, one time. Not happening, huh? Is there nothing I can do to make him at least question some of his life choices? Maybe not. Yeah. It's just very solid. Don't see anything too cunning, unfortunately. Where should my knight go? d5 is the obvious choice. Then queen e4, it could actually be slightly worse. I'm drifting. Oh yeah, once again, see nothing better. I guess I should fix this before he installs a powerful knight on c6, which could be supported by b4 to b5. But yeah, I can't really make this sound all that exciting, because it's not. Rook d1, not a blunder, unfortunately. So we just keep making moves and hope that eventually Sergei gives me something to work with. Knight c6. Take or not to take, Mr. Sergei? I don't think you should. If you want my honest opinion, you should not take. Queen d4, that's more like it. Oh boy. What an exciting game. Not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm just sad. I'm not angry. Just upset. I calculate so slowly, so I'm trying to figure out if I can go queen g5, whatever. e4, knight f6, knight e7 check. Is somewhat awkward. e4, f, knight f4 check those. Let's gamble. Probably a blunder, but will we ever know? h4, probably a better move. Why did I play queen h5, not queen g6? Because I'm a horrible patzer. Nothing works after e4? Something should work, but as usual, I can't see it. It's all very sad. Why don't I stand a chance? I should stand a chance against Sergei, no? Maybe not. Oops, I shouldn't remove that. I do not want to draw, sir. Run, hurry. Expert technique, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry, Sergei. Oh boy. This is gonna be one of those days where I tell all of you, I used to be good at Blitz, believe me. But I blame Welling and getting up at 5 and all these other excuses. Miguel Badillo, sporting the Chess24 logo. Let me clean my nose while Miguel is wondering if he should make a move. You guys want to see this? Looks like Miguel Badillo is not around. Sorry, Mr. Miguel. Let's play somebody else. What about Abel Baumann? Another FIDE Master. Is today like some FIDE Master conference somewhere? What's going on? Where are you guys all coming from? Good old King's Indian. I always play knight f3 and then I remember, I wanted to try this bishop e2, bishop e3 system without knight f3. But my knight is already here, so it's too late. That's what keeps happening to me. Knight g4. This line they keep doing, which I guess it's because it's a good line. I normally play c5, but my results haven't been great recently, so time to mix it. Play the old plan with d5, which I think now if I play this stuff, it can lead to more of a textbook King's Indian with f5, f3, and he goes for stuff here and so on. There's also this plan with e5 and playing on the light squares, but I never really liked it that much. Can I play h3? Looks a bit slow. Probably bishop f2 was better. Yeah, h3 looked a bit crazy, I have to admit. Abel! All these FIDE masters and their chess books, they're very, very upsetting to me. Anyway, is this it? Probably I'll be checkmated in like 2 moves, so I'm not sure I'm in a position to talk trash. I should instead focus on survival. Should take this. And now focus on survival. Do you have any threats? Queen g5 you want, I guess, yeah? What do I want to do? g3, gf? That could just be a bluff, no? You're gonna have to show me. I will take. Maybe knight h3, but I'll take. It goes somewhere. It doesn't look too bad. Knight g6. No, at least I can get some pieces out, no? Still wants queen g5, which still annoys me somewhat. Not too much, but it slightly annoys me. He takes, alright. I guess I'll take with the bishop. To control that square. Queen g5, I have rook h5. Queen f6, some queen e2. Here's knight g4. Okay, I'm gonna think about it when we get there. Goes queen f6 immediately, which is also legal. Hang on. Queen e2, something goes to g4, but if I go queen e3, I can just take whatever goes to bishop e3, I can just take whatever goes to g4 now. Just so f2 is no longer hanging. I'm worried about blundering mate in 2s here as usual, but if I don't, I should have a decent position. Because he has played the King's Indian after all. He is lost long term. Just often it takes a long time to get to that long term. Knight f7, I feel I should try to cover some of these squares. Now, if I get queen e2 long castles, I'll be reasonably happy camper. Here we are. Just got bishop g4 left to play, and then I'll have a strategically fairly winning position. So Abel better make something happen fast. I don't really see it, frankly. Can try b5, cb, a6, but how scared am I supposed to be? Yeah, it looks very bad for black. Both his pieces on g7 and g6 aren't doing very much, and I'm exchanging off the one good piece he has. So yeah, I have no great advice. It just looks really, really bad to me. Time to start getting greedy. Could also improve one more piece first. I'll see what it does if I just take. Still not over, huh? Rook F1 was a little rash. Maybe I should have played my preparatory move. I'm still winning, but should have been more winning. I just can't finish games. Okay. No reason to beat myself up too much over this position, which, as mentioned, is still a fairly decent position. CD or ED, both look good. Note to self, try not to get checkmated. Well, thanks, Jan. I will try. Not sure I'll manage. Run, Forest. How many checks do you realistically have, Mr. Abu? That is one. And finally, he runs out of time. In my defense, I hope I'm kind of winning here. Tough game against Abel Baumann, which I think I played well up to a point. I was just completely winning. But then, as usual, made it tougher than it had to be. We will play against our friend with the kind username we'll give Jan pawns. Gimme! I should make it easier for him to give me pawns, though I should attack some. This one I would like, for example. How do you feel about it? Huh? Huh? This one? Gimme? Okay, he wants to give it to me, but in a slightly different manner. You know what? I'm not picky. I'm pinny, but not picky. Hang on, can I play b5? cb, knight f3, gf, bishop h3. Not sure. Alright, got my pawn from Will Give Jan Pawns as he promised. So now we can start playing a lovely game of chess. Boy, I really am entering zombie mode. That's dead life for you. It's not even 9 p.m. I got up at 5. We had the long car trip. Then yeah, being on the plane for 2.5 hours, trapped with a 2-year-old. Then being driven back to the gate, waiting for another hour. Was a long trip. Now we made it. And I should focus on getting some more gifts from Will Give Jan Pawns. Here, I have some new objects I could be interested in. b2, c4. How do you feel about those? You go f4, you attack a bit. I go grab some pawns. Do we have a deal, sir? Just asking, I'm not sure I can take any of those. But if you no longer need them, no. Alright. So it's gonna be like that, huh? You now defend your pawns. Okay. If you want to play rough, I'll play rough. Now e7 pawn for you. Give me all these things. Bishop f6, bishop e1 is very upsetting. Taking on c3 just for the sake of grabbing pawns does feel a little excessive. Even though, you know what, this is a bad move. I'm just playing to go along with the theme of this game. But yeah, don't try this at home. And now what? Knight f4 is possible. Rook f4, queen a1, rook f1 back. Not a clear position. That looks interesting. Let's find out. I don't think you have a choice. We'll give Jan Pawns. You gotta take it. Maybe he doesn't have to take it. Maybe he's wondering about queen g4 or queen f3. But that looks hard to believe to me. Whoa! Did not see that move. Wow! Kudos to him. Should have seen that move. Did not see that move. That's nice. Okay, I don't want to lose. So how do I go about that? How's that position? It's probably just bad. Bishops are pretty powerful people. But I'll continue with our theme of at least taking his pawns. Not so generous anymore, huh? I was expecting bishop d7 here. Rook e7 is probably stronger. Even though this is hanging, maybe it's not that strong. That's a pity, because it was a well-played game by Will Give Jan pawns. Well, now, yeah, since the rook is hanging. Bit of intrigue disappeared from the position. Yeah, this is over, but instead of rook takes e7. Okay, how do we wrap this up? Apologies. I think I gotta keep with the theme. Take his pawns. Okay, this bishop is starting to scare me a bit. Alright, you can have one pawn back. Because it's Chess 24's birthday. It's your birthday. Expert maneuvering. And Will Give Jan pawn resigns. Yeah, it's pity. After I missed f takes e6, he should be better here, even though I wasn't sure. I've seen such positions where the queen puts up a heroic fight. I was expecting bishop d7 when I was intending to take here. Bishop takes e8 and e5, let's say. I wasn't 100% sure who's better and why, but I wouldn't be too surprised if this favored white, because he has more attackers. So yeah, tough game as usual against Will Give Jan pawns. And let's play 2 more games, and then I will go home and drink a lot of cold medicine. Blitz King 4-4-4. Magnus can do it. So can you. C3 is a bit sad, even for me. Give me that. What was the move here? This? Or was it C3? Maybe it was C3. Banter Chess is asking, Dr. Jan, where are the party girls? Yeah, I was also surprised. I entered the office, I thought there would be a huge birthday orgy going on. But it was just me. Then the cleaning lady showed up, so technically she was the party girl. But It's a Sunday. And what am I supposed to play on this bloody Sunday? Queen a4 takes 92. Nothing looks all that exciting. Queen h5. I'll just go here, but not very thrilled. How was Magnus' game against Kayaki? They played something somewhat similar at some point. No? 92 looks ridiculous, by the way. Takes. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Bishop c4? Can't really be it. Queen h5, queen d5. Also not that thrilling, is it? Knight c4. Can't see a move, so I'll develop a knight instead. Yep, all of this looks very sensible from Black's perspective. Against Blitz King, 4-4-4. People are so well prepared in the opening these days. Sorry about that. Knight a5. That looks a bit daring. That's the first move by Blitz King 4-4-4-4-4 that one could take issue with. b6. Now Blitz King's position looks a bit dangerous. This knight a5, knight on the rim is dim, blah blah blah. Seems like it was maybe asking a bit too much. Rook ft1 is coming, bishop d7 followed by knight f6 is a direct threat. So not a nice position to have. King e7. I thought I can just take a piece, no? Piece is a piece. Blitz King is not in the mood to mail it in yet, goes queen to d5. Fair enough, but yeah. It's not a good position because of the missing horses. How do I wrap this up? Maybe here. Let's not get too crazy. Check. And now... time for the mysterious knight move of the day. It's not that mysterious, is it? Almost a perpetual, not quite. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Losing my mind is what I'm doing. Note to self, try to pay some attention in winning positions, or in any positions really, but especially in winning positions. Glorious victory against Blitz King. Alright, before I blunder a whole set of pieces away, let's play one more game and then call it a day. And who better than Your Highness for my last game? Your Highness, are you there? E4, C5. G6. Alright, I'll play here and take with the queen. This is a system I always thought was slightly better for white, even though at some point some doubts crept in. It's amazing how well everybody knows their openings. It's not meant as a complaint, just an observation. I'm really stunned. Like, you play any sideline, people blitz out moves. Too scared to take this pawn, so I'll be humble. Tuck my king away and argue that I have a better pawn structure, even though this position, if I'm completely honest, looks fairly acceptable for black. This is too disgusting a move even for my standards. Sorry. Penta Chess is asking, Jan, what was your best show or event or news in these 5 years? Please tell us. I feel this currently is my best show I've ever done, and it's not close. Other than that, I don't know. Time goes by so fast. I haven't really done any big retrospective. Is that a word? I really want to play Rook B1. It's so disgusting. No, it's hard for me to say. Like, it's of course a big honor to talk to the best players in the world. Like Magnus, we've done some interviews and he was showing up now. We had a very brief interview, but for me, very unforgettable as well, with Kasparov during the 2014, I think was, Chess Olympiad in Tromsø. I always enjoyed doing chess commentary with the great Peter Svidler, or pretty much with everybody else. I've been doing it too. It's just a privilege to get to watch these top players' games and then talk nonsense while you do so. And I understand that a lot of people would like me to talk a little less nonsense and focus more on the chess, which I'm not sure I'm able to. It's always a balance between, entertainment, or whatever you want to call it, and chess analysis for me, and I'm not sure I always strike the right tone there. Tone? But I do enjoy all of it. The part, frankly, that I don't enjoy that much, even though I think it's important, is recording actual video series. Because, the recording when you're sitting alone in the studio, that's less fun than doing live commentary with someone else, which is one reason why I think also as a viewing experience, I've been doing more video series where I've just been sort of hosting and had the likes of Luke Van Vele, the great late Mark Dvoretsky, Artur Yusupov, guys like that, record series. Not really with me, but at least with two people in the room where they present their material. I thought that format is a bit more fun, but I am also due to do a new solo opening series or two, so I will certainly do that. But that's the part. I enjoy these, not the openings, but the sitting alone in the studio recording. The Banter Blitz I normally enjoy, even though I do feel like I'm running out of, not so much things to say, I can always talk about nonsense, but fresh points of view and also just chess-wise. New stuff I can teach you guys, because I haven't been very active in the last 10 years as a chess player. And I've used most of what I know through these Banter Blitz. However many it's been, 200-ish and many more in German episodes. So I feel like sometimes I should, sit back a little and try to look at some more chess, which I will have to do now anyway, because I'm playing in the Thailand Open, and I'm very worried, as you can probably tell by these games, about my shape. So I'll start preparing for that a bit, hopefully get some fresh inspiration. But overall, no, I've been very happy. I'm blessed to work here at Chess24, and thank you guys for watching the show, because even though I would think, we need more premium members, we need more members, we need bigger numbers and so on, without anybody watching, there's no show, and I very much appreciate people that have joined us for the ride over all these years. Alright, serious/gracious part over. Let's flag Your Highness somehow. F6, good move, I guess. Don't know what to do. Blah, blah, blah. Just a pawn down? Just take my pawn and then you return home? So you treat me? Still, sorry, collapsing here. Still a pawn down. But I will argue I have positional and clock compensation. Okay, I'm starting to wonder if I'm actually gonna win this game. It's my last game on the Chess24 anniversary, Your Highness. You can't just ruin the party like that. That would be very rude. However, I guess I can flank you in true Chess24 style, which I take a bit of pride in having put it. I'm trying. What do I take pride in again? I was gonna say having put flagging on the map, which is not true. Flagging has always been around. But I think flagging at some point, it had sort of a bad name. And I think due to my friendly, fair, gracious, objective, calm, balanced personality and my flagging, now it's widely accepted as proper behavior. That is my legacy. Also, please flag already. I'm not making any progress here. Finally! Good game, Your Highness. That was it for today. Enjoy the rest or remains of your Sunday. I'm off to bed. I might have to call it sick tomorrow. I'm not feeling great. But mainly thanks to Magnus and Peter for joining this little show of ours. If you haven't watched it, but I guess you watch it, check out this Magnus video. I'm guessing we'll go through some editing and be on YouTube. Was very impressed to see how much the guy sees. Okay, that's it for me. Have fun. See you next time. Bye.